presentation slides that have been provided prior to the meeting. The meeting is divided into two parts. The first part is a public hearing where we expect to hear new applicants explain their request and receive comments from affected parties. The second part of the meeting is termed the general meeting and primarily consists of acting on recommendations from staff about the cases that came up in the prior month's meeting. We invite everyone who wishes to participate to be heard. We do ask that you be concise in your comments and that speakers avoid being repetitive. That is, if several people have pointed out traffic concerns, there is no need to hear additional comments regarding traffic again. But we would like to hear anything new that has not been addressed. In order to allow everyone to have an opportunity to speak, there will be a 3-minute time limit for each speaker, and the clerk has a timer for this purpose. We respectfully ask that you adhere to this rule. We also ask at this time that you silence all mobile devices. When you do come up to speak, we ask that you would identify yourself along with your address. With that, we thank you all for being here, and I'll turn the meeting over to the Secretary, Arnold Roberts.
Good morning. Minor modification of PUD zoning to allow for the construction of a 15,600 square foot warehouse office building as part of a single development phase. Owner company Wrench Limited, applicant JSK Consulting, and this is for consideration of final decision.
Good morning. For the record, Todd Vargo with Community and Economic Development Division. This came before us in February, and it was approved. The site is located at 777 Laura Road. You can see here on the location map, the general location. Here's an aerial and a base map. This is This is right where Galloway Road goes over I-4. There's a little dirt road here, unimproved Laura Road that leads to the site. Laura Road, like I said, is a substandard local road. We kind of inherited from the county when this area was annexed. This is a slide from I-4 showing the site. The site has frontage on I-4. It has lots of visibility, but the sole access is from Laura Road. As I stated, the site was granted approval in February through the minor modification process for company Wrench, who rents construction equipment on a reservation basis. So someone like me just can't walk in and rent a backhoe for a weekend. You have to have the reservation to get in there. Again, in February, they came in asking for a 12,000 square foot building and a construction equipment rental yard. The remainder of the building would have been constructed in a later phase. So part of this modification is to allow them to construct the entire 15,000 square foot building in a single phase, and you'll see that when we get to the site plans. This next slide is kind of the subject sites behind me. We're looking south along Laura Road towards Galloway Road, and you can see the Laura Road is a dirt road. It's not been improved. Part of the modification that was done in February was that they will have to improve Laura Road to by working with the Public Works Department, come up with a plan to improve it so that it can handle and accommodate that commercial traffic. And you'll see the results of their collaboration in a few slides. So the minor modification before you today is, here's the previously approved site plan. And you can see here that they have approval to do 11,700 square foot building. This is the proposed site plan, which shows the entire 15,600 square foot building in a single phase. I've put them in a side by side. Hopefully this helps a little bit. Maybe I could have zoomed in a little bit better, but again, here's the approval from February, 11,700 square foot, and then this future addition here. And what they don't want to bother with the future addition, they want to do it all in one step, the 15,600 square foot building. So that's the first part of this minor modification. The second part is, again, the improvement of Laura Road. Public Works and the applicant have been working on an improved cross-section. The cross-section that came before you in February is on the left here, and they've been working to find something that would work for Laura Road. It's a very constrained facility. It only has so much right-of-way, and then on the one side is an easement, and the other side is the property owners that own property along Laura Road. So what they've come up with is on the right here, the proposed cross-section. Wish I could tell you more, but I'm not a roadway engineer. So that's the second part. These are the conditions that were approved, again, back in February. The only change that we've done is in C, intensity of use, a maximum of 15,600 square foot of warehouse office uses with outdoor storage and display of heavy equipment and vehicles as an accessory use. So again, they don't want to do the future improvements in the future. They want to get it all done at one time. Staff has heard no communications from the public about this minor modification, but there may be someone in the audience. Actually, probably time to bring up the applicant, see if they have anything to add.
Any comments from the audience?
Good morning. My name is Justin Hinton. I'm project manager with JSK Consulting and the applicant for this project. The address is 5904 Hillside Heights Drive, Lakeland, Florida 33812. I'd like to start by thanking the city's time, Todd Vargo, Chuck Barnby, and their staff members for working with us on this PUD minor mod. As Todd mentioned, the only two modifications to the previously approved PUD minor mod is the size of the building and the configuration of the roadway section along Laura Road. Business has been good for Company Wrench, so rather than doing the building in two separate phases, they just want to do it all at once. And as Todd mentioned, due to the limited right-of-way along Laura Road, we've been working with city staff to come up with a roadway section that would work within the available city right-of-way along that corridor. Other than that, I didn't really have anything additional to add unless there's questions from the commission on our request.
I actually have a question. Why did you move the stormwater pond from the corner closer to the building?
We had to move the stormwater management pond a little further west on the property due to existing wetlands on the property. We've been working with the Stormwater Management District to, and our environmental staff to work on the delineation of those wetlands, and we had to move that facility in order to avoid impacts to the wetlands on site.
Wonderful, thank you.
When you did make that move, did the size change at all? The size
The size of
designated
the
for the wetlands?
The size of the wetlands? No. The size of the wetlands are determined by the environmental staff, and those won't change at all. We're not impacting any of the wetlands, so they'll remain undisturbed.
Any other questions from the board? Anybody else from the audience? Thank you, sir.
No problem. Thank you.
I guess our next move is a motion to,
I believe that they indicated there may be public comment. Are there any comments from the public?
okay. Do I hear a motion motion to approve the request?
I move to approve item 1 for the minor modification.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Item 2, approval of a comprehensive sign plan for the Hawthorne Ranch residential developmental property located south of West Pipkin Road, north of Ewell Road, and west of Busy Bee Lane, 4770 West Pipkin Road. Owner, 4-Star USA Real Estate Group, applicant, Dewberry Engineers, Inc., and this is for consideration of final decision.
Good morning again, Todd Varga with Community and Economic Development. As stated, this is a request for a master sign plan for the PUD residential development known as Hawthorne Ranch. It's at 4770 West Pipkin Road. Better picture probably is right here. Hawthorne Ranch stretches from West Pipkin Road on the north side and all the way, and it touches Ewell Road down on the south. So it's a fairly large development. It was approved originally back in 2007. They came back in 2018 to modify the layout of the PUD. Excuse me, and it was approved for, I believe, 1,509 units, and now they're in to do a sign plan so that there's consistent signage throughout. So there's 3 types of signs that they are requesting. This development entry sign will be located at where those red stars are on the map of Hawthorne Ranch, up at West Pipkin Road. And you'll see there's consistent, like I said, consistent theming and design amongst these signs. And then this is their neighborhood entry sign, and those are all the pods to Hawthorne Ranch will have these at their entrances so that you know which pod you're driving into. And they're also, this is also the same sign that will be used at their activity center, which is located, I'm sorry, amenity center, which is located right here where the triangle with the square around is. And then finally, they've got a gateway column, which will be at these other connection points to the other PUDs that are next door, and then also the connection to Ewell Road. Mostly. There's also one up here by the amenity center. But again, they have consistent signage, design and theme. We recommend approval. I think this is the second sign plan that we've had in a long time. The last month being the first sign plan we've had in a long time. So we don't get these all that often. I think that's my last slide. Yep. I don't know if the applicant would like to come up and add anything.
Good morning, Michael Urchuk, Dewberry, 1000 North Magnolia, Orlando, Florida, 32803. He's looking for a job. He did a great job presenting this for us. He pretty much covered all the items. We're just looking for an overall consistent theme throughout the project and the development, and looking for your approval. Thank you.
Any questions? Any questions from the board? Anyone from the audience have any questions? Comments? Thank you, sir. Do I hear a motion to approve the signage request?
I'll motion to approve the sign request.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay, we're into general meeting. Review of minutes of May meeting, May 18th, 2021. Are there any additions or corrections?
Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
I move that we approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Item 4, plat approval for Lakes at Laurel Highlands, Phases 2A on 28,269 acres, generally located east of Airport Road and north of State Road 570, Polk Parkway. Owner D.R. Horton, Inc., applicant American Surveying and Mapping, Inc.
Hi, good morning. For the record, Joshua Cheney with Community Economic Development. Before you today, we have a request from American Surveying and Mapping on behalf of D.R. Horton. They have submitted a subdivision plat for Lakes at Laurel Highlands Phase 2A. The proposed plat consists of 44 lots on approximately 58.269 acres. Is this area here? This phase is generally located east of Airport Road and north of State Road 570, that's the Polk Parkway. Plats are reviewed by the City Subdivision Review Team for compliance with Article 9. That's our subdivision review standards located in our Land Development Code. Staff is recommending approval to the Planning and Zoning Board today, and I'll stand for any questions that you may have.
So how many lots?
44.
Any other questions? Any comments from the audience? Hear a motion to approve the request, plat approval from the board. Anybody wants to make a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
You have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Thank you.
No one.
It's a good one, huh? Good meeting.
After last month's, though.
Quick, we need a quickie.
You deserve this.
For the next two items, typically I present the manager's report and then the activity of the city commission. I'm locked out of my laptop right now, so Matthew is going to be presenting those items.
Yes, I'll go through the ordinances here. Last month, you recommended 5 different items to the City Commission that include the Cypress Point land use and zoning change, the Saunders Hall property rezoning on 98 South, the Prime Road, Kathleen Road rezoning in North Lakeland, the conditional use for the Florida Southern College Graduate School on Frankwood Railway, and the Old Southside Baptist Church, and the adult daycare vocational training on West Memorial Boulevard. Because of the Memorial Day holiday and where Monday landed this month, first reading was not until last week, so they have not taken any action as of this date. They will have second reading next Monday, and then this study this Friday, so we'll provide a follow-up next month as far as the status there, but we do anticipate that all will be approved.
Okay. Okay, the planning and housing managers report.
So, Crystal, do you happen to have a case tracker available?
Okay, new cases, right now we're looking at potentially a land use zoning change property at the northeast quadrant of Airport Road and the Polk Parkway. This is next to the Steeplechase development. There's been for several years, a discussion about that intersection, and as that area builds out with the Lakes of Highlands residential development and all the development further south on Airport Road, there's been new interest in putting some commercial out there. So we do anticipate coming forward with an application for zoning to allow a small commercial center, probably a small strip center and standalone retail. And then the next item would be for Metcon Construction for the apartments for Carolina Lakes. They are coming back and asking for a major modification to address the access off of Airport Road there, and I believe also relocate one of the apartment buildings that was previously approved on the initial site plan. So that will come back as well. That would be a major mod, so we do expect probably to get additional public comment.
Anything from the audience? Chuck?
Well, I can add that we were served with another lawsuit regarding the second cell tower that came through. So I have the privilege of representing the city in two pending federal lawsuits right now regarding the denials of the cell towers.
The job security.
It's one way to look at it.
We don't want to run him off either.
Okay. And that brings us to adjournment.
Ooh,
We are adjourned. I think we had a
20 minutes. I love it.
That just is a record.
So is that